It's not letting me do it. I think I've got to have it. Right. It's working. I've got it on. Hey, hello, sorry. Technical difficulties as always. Starting off my post. I just had to go and grab a different selfie stick because the other one wasn't working. So I'm just going to wait for people to log on. You might have seen me come on and off a couple of times there, but hopefully that's us sorted and ready to go. So can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? If you can hear me okay? Coming live from my garden again. Only because I've got something to show you, so that's why I'm in the garden. But that will all become clear later. Hi Ina, how are you? Hope you're well. How are you feeling? It's actually turned out not a bad day. Should have got my washing out, but hey, that's a normal thing for me. Hey, lots of thumbs up, I love it. Right, just got to get my cue card sorted. The upside down.
No, it's not.
No, you're going to turn it the page and the next one's going to be upside down. Right, hold on there. Right, there we go. Right, we're ready to start. Oh, you're still feeling tired, Ina? Oh, I think it's the weather. 1 minute we had dead sunny weather and the next minute it's been awful. Hiya Mum, how are you? Great, right. So we'll make a start then. Week 4, sorry, I think we just froze there as well. It's all going on today. So let's recap on the previous weeks. Gotta love the train coming past every week. 2 o'clock, it's there. First week covered tracking our foods and accountability, and I really hope you're managing to track your foods and being honest, because remember, it's you're that accountable for it and nobody else. It's you that can decide what you're eating. Second week we covered calorific deficit and fad diets. Just to add to that more, lately I've seen adverts on social media with people getting thousands of likes, and this is what it's all about, isn't it? This day and age, it's all get likes. Great fitness challenge. So you've seen all these things, people promising you a beach body within 21 days, or do this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks challenge. But you know, these promises are quite false. So remember, everybody's genetics are different. You know, everybody's body shape's different. And are you going to get that beach body in 21 days? Do you know, in all likeliness, probably not. Right, next page, Cody. We're running a bit slow today. And what's the outcome of that? So you're giving yourself this 21 days, sure that you're going to get this amazing ripped beach body. And what it is that people who are overweight are no closer to a solution. And a lot of people who do these are already a fit and healthy weight. I mean, I see some of my friends doing them and you know, they're a great weight, they're a great size. And what happens with that? You're still in shape, but you're feeling low because you're comparing yourself with these so-called idols. So I'm not here to tell you what to eat. I could write up a generic eating plan and give it to everybody and say, all right, there you go, good luck, lose weight. But like I said, everybody's different. Everyone's genetics are different. So I'm going to do my best, as I said, to equip you with the tools to eat healthy. There's my hands going again. They've started already. I'm not ready yet, Cody. To equip you with a plan, with the tools to eat healthy, lose weight, but still enjoy food. And I get it, by the way, because I've struggled with my weight before. And since my double knee surgeries last year, I haven't been as fit as I would like to be. And I have put a little bit of weight on. You know, it happens to us all. Well, maybe it's just a little bit more than a little bit, but which I can admit does get me down. Oh, your Nana says hello, Cody. Hi, Nana. So not only am I doing my best to help you, she's giggling away now. So not only am I doing my best to help you get on a healthy eating plan, I'm doing it myself and I'm following my own plan that I'm giving everybody. So it's not, you know, it is the tools. And the best thing that you need to know, and this is a great thing, is that you don't have to have a 6-pack to be fit and healthy. Thank the Lord, because that's never happening in my case. So that's another rant over about your 21-day beach body and this and that. And remember, these people have dieted to the extreme to look so ripped, to get their muscles out. So just always remember that. And we just want a healthy eating and we want to lose weight sensibly. So that's my rant over, or I'll go off on a tangent again, and we don't want that. So last week we talked about nutritionally dense food. And you know, the good stuff where we get all of our vitamins and minerals and nutrients. And that's what we want to be eating. And trying to avoid our heavily processed foods, as these often, you put your hand over it, Cody, at the bottom, as these often include levels, you know, high levels of added sugar, sodium, fat. And believe me, it's these bad boys that make them taste better, and they do. But too much of them leads to serious health issues. So you've got your obesity, your heart disease, your high blood pressure, and your diabetes as well. So I'll break down processed food because sometimes it can be a bit confusing. So there's mechanically processing, such as grinding beef, heating vegetables, or pasteurising food. And that doesn't necessarily always make food unhealthy. If the process does not add chemicals or ingredients to it, then it doesn't tend to lessen the healthiness of the food. So always remember that. However, there's a difference between mechanically processed and chemically processed food. Turn the page. So you've got your mince and your sausages there, mechanically processed, and you know, your mince is still good for you, it's just been broken down. So always think about, when we talk about processed food, it's the chemically processed food, which is bad for you. So these often contain refined ingredients, artificial substitutes, and have little nutritional value. So they tend to have added chemical flavourings, agents, colours, sweeteners, and these are the processed foods, and these are what we call cosmetic foods. So for an example, your frozen ready meals, your pizzas, your cakes, your pastries, some of your biscuits, I'm going from side to side here, your processed cheese, your instant noodles with all them flavourings that probably haven't actually really got any real chicken in them, your reconstituted meat, and your processed ham. So it's all these foods that are made to taste good and made to taste like what they're meant to be. And the reason they're putting all these additives in as well is because not only are they trying to make them taste what they're meant to be, but they can also sell them out fairly inexpensively. So they are cheaper to buy. Processed food is cheaper to buy, and it's such a bad thing. And you know what? I'm not even going to go into a rant on that. That's something that I'm just going to stop back, because we'll be here all afternoon if I start ranting about that. So your chemically processed foods, these contain less dietary fibre and fewer vitamins than your, remember what it is, your nutritionally dense food. And remember, these are the ones that we need to eat. These are the ones that are going to keep us healthy. As processed food contains added sugar, sugar contains no essential nutrients, but it's also high in calories. So regularly consuming high sugar food helps lead to compulsive overeating, and it does. So processed foods and so processed food and your sugary beverages are among the major source of added sugar into your diet. So they've got all your artificial ingredients as well. The ingredients on the back of some processed food packaging is often totally unrecognisable. I know for myself, I've picked up something that's been an artificial food and I've read it, and you know what, sometimes it's the crazy colour and you buy it anyway, but do you really know what's going into this? You know, many of us look at it and we don't know what's in it. You read some of these ingredients and you don't know what it is, but you know what it is, you still buy it as well. So some are artificial chemicals. Hello Selena, oh my lovely colleague too, my sidekick is Selena. So as I was saying, so some of these artificial chemicals that the manufacturers put into the food, they're not legally obliged to say what it is. And that's a crazy thing about it, it really is. So they put them in it to make it taste better, but they don't actually say what it really is. So high processed food often contains the following chemicals, which you'll see on the back of them. You've got your preservatives, that's to stop it going bad. You've got your artificial colours, you've got your chemical flavouring, and you've got your texture agents. And I've got the biggest crow in the world on my fence waiting to eat us, I think. Next page. You were too busy watching the crow, weren't you? Also, processed foods contain dozens of additional chemicals, like I said, which are not listed. and the manufacturers don't disclose this. They don't tell you what it is. So processed foods are very low in essential nutrients, and in some cases manufacturers add synthetic vitamins and minerals because these are the things that are lost while they're being processed. So you think everything in there is false. Hi Annette, I hope you're well. I've actually got some sunshine for now. So processed food, not very nice, and it's not, and it is cheap and it is easy and it's so good. You know, you can just pick one up and put it in the microwave, ping, it's ready. It's quick food, but it's not good for you. So really make sure when you're buying packaged food, you're reading the labels and you're looking out for these chemicals that aren't good for you. Well, I think I'll leave that there, and I think you get the idea of what I'm on about. Processed food isn't good. It's not yet nutritionally dense food. That crow's getting closer. Just moving in bit by bit. So also you can look into your processed food and you've got your trans fats, but I'm just going to tell you what I need you to know. So it's like the warning bells. Processed food isn't good for you, and stick to your nutritionally dense food. Cody's watching the crow now, so we've both got our eye on this crow that is jumping closer and closer. It's probably after my wine glass. You'll know why I've got a wine glass in a minute. I'm not sitting in the garden drinking. This is so we'll go to where I'm going with my wine glass now. So during lockdown, I know people have been consuming more alcohol than normal, and drinking alcohol might seem like a way of relaxing and taking your mind off the constant stream of news, take your mind off everything that's going on. Maybe you're stuck at home all the time. But if you're drinking more than 14 units a week, it can negatively affect your health. Alcohol-related weight gain targets all age groups. It doesn't matter how old you are. Alcohol-related weight gain will hit anybody. And alcohol causes weight gain by giving you surplus calories. So you're promoting appetite, and we all know what that's like. So you know when you've had a few drinks and then you get something to eat, and you know it's a vicious circle. So however, alcohol also plays a large role in weight management. So anybody who's looking to drop those stubborn pounds, you might want to start considering skipping that drink in the evening. Right, page 10. And it is so easy done to, I'll just have a glass of wine, I'm still at home. It's really easy done. So alcoholic drinks are referred to as empty calories. So why do we call them empty calories? So this means that they provide your body with calories but contain very little nutrients, and it really does. So take for example a pint of lager. So you're looking at about 240 calories in a pint of lager and about 130 calories in a glass of wine. So that's 175 ml. So the reason I've got my wine glass out with me today is to actually show you how lockdown measurements are totally different to normal measurements. So if you're in the house and you say to yourself, oh, I fancy a glass of wine, you're going to pick up your wine glass. I had to wash it, it had fingerprints on it. And you're going to pour yourself a glass of wine. There you go, you're going to sit down with that. How many are you going to drink of them through the night? 3, 4, depends how you feel. Cheers. It is only water. So, if you went to the pub and you asked for a glass of wine, you would get, oh, let's go for a medium wine. Pushing the boat out. Bit of a difference. Quite half of what you're pouring at home. And it really does. And you do, so you're having a vodka at the weekend, or you're having a spirit, whatever tickles your fancy. You know, it's how I'm armed with all the tools. So wait, let's do the home measurement. Let's do the lockdown measurement first. So here, oh, I'm gonna have a vodka. Get that in there. Put some Diet Coke. That's probably actually a bit more than I would put in. Getting a bit too excited with my bottle of water. So there is your lockdown measure. Go to the pub. You want a shot of vodka. That's it. Bottom of your glass. So it's so easy. You know how I went on about portion distortion with your food? It's actually just as easy to do portion distortion with your alcohol, because nobody is going to measure it out in the house. That's not what anybody's doing. Nobody's going to measure it out in the house. Everybody just free pours. And it's so easy. I mean, you could probably get an extra 2 glasses of wine out of a bottle than you would when you're drinking it on lockdown measures. So just out of curiosity because I've got it here as well. Got a double, wherever your tittle is. That should be none if you're wanting to do this to help with your weight. That's actually a little bit less. And this is why I was never a good bar woman. Because it's all down my leg now. So there's your double, which the same again, it's a lot smaller. I've poured more water down my leg in the process of showing you how much in one glass. Cheers. And it is only water, I promise. I'm not sat afternoon drinking. So if you think by comparison, so you're tracking your food, I'm dropping everything, so you're tracking your food and you know how many calories you set for the day, because we've done all that before. We've done the how many calories you should be having, what we need to be in a calorific deficit. Hi Natasha, I hope you're well. So if you think an afternoon snack should be about 150 to 200 calories, that should keep you right through the day. I don't know how I've managed to get water on my glasses. So by drinking several drinks in the evening, you're consuming an extra few hundred calories, and it does make a difference. And there's also another element that can cause weight gain outside of the calorie content. Turn the page, Cody, because I was on a rant there. When alcohol is consumed, it's burned first as fuel. So before you, sorry, we've lost the cue cards, right? So as I was saying, when alcohol is consumed, it's burned first as fuel, as a fuel source before your body uses anything else. So this includes glucose from carbohydrates or lipids from fats. I'm getting a bit technical now, but I'm just going to put my point over here. So when your body is using alcohol as a primary source of energy, the excess glucose and lipids ends up, unfortunately for us all, is guess what? Fats. So make your measurements smaller. Be sensible on what you're drinking, you know, be aware of how much you are drinking, because it, you know, especially with people being at home, with people not working and everything that's going on, you know, it is easier to grab a drink and go to the supermarket. I'll just grab this bottle of wine. So that's me covered processed food. I'm sorry, I'm just reading your comment. Oh, Tasha, you can come around and do my dishes as well if you want, but well done. Well done on finishing work, getting all your dishes done. So, what was I saying? I got totally sidetracked there. So we've covered processed food and we've covered alcohol. I was going to put in planning ahead. So all I wanted to say about planning ahead was to make sure that when you try and plan for the week, so you know what you're eating and you can have an idea of what your calories are. And if you prep your food, and I'm not saying you have to prep every meal of the day, so if you've got stuff you can snack on, if you've got healthy snacks, 100 calorie snacks. I was going to bring something out there and I forgot, and I'm not running back in the house today. No. So always think, if you're going to have a snack, 100 to 150 calorie snack, that's what you're going to have in the afternoon. So you can get all the big named little bars. They're like 90 calories, 100 calories. They're great for a little snack, but you can also pick them up from Lidl and Aldi, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper and they're just as nice. So, you know, you've got all your, I'm not going to name the names because there's so many of them, but just remember, you know, if you've got stuff to snack on in the fridge, you're not likely to eat junk. If you've got healthy snacks there, chop up some carrots, put them in a bowl, put them in the fridge. Cody's nodding here. Keep them in the fridge. Sorry, we're getting attacked by wasps and everything today. Chop up a cucumber, you know, anything that you like, some hummus to dip in. Keep the healthy snacks available. Plan the foods that you're eating, so when you're doing your shopping, you're buying what you need. You're buying your healthy, nutritionally dense food, all your fruit, all your vegetables. You know, you've got your complex carbohydrates, you've got your rice, your pasta, your potatoes, your bread. And try and not buy all the biscuits, sweets, because if they're there, you're going to pick at them. It's so easy. We don't buy them in our house, and much to my kids' disheartenment, we don't buy biscuits, we don't really buy crisps. I don't like McDonald's or anything, so my kids never get to go anywhere like that. I'm glad they've been shut. got a very sad face from my daughter here because they were really badly done to his children because they didn't get McDonald's, and she's nodding away here. But never mind. So that's it from me for today, because I'm actually think I'm just starting to go off on a tangent and talk absolute rubbish, and Cody's still nodding. So next week, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to cover yet. If anybody has anything that they'd like me to discuss or anything that they'd like me to go into, please leave a comment down below, and I'll do the best that I can, and I shall stay on for a bit afterwards to answer any questions that you've got. So just remember, watch what you're eating with the processed foods. I know they're cheap and I know they're easy just to pick something up, put it in the microwave, and it is, and these aren't the things, these aren't good for you. And remember, oh, what happened to my finger? Well, my mum's just asked what happened to my finger. So we just got new chopping knives, and it was in the sink, and I went to wash the dishes, and I've literally nearly took the top of my finger off. So always be careful when you're washing knives as well. That's after cutting your nutritionally dense food. So just watch what you're eating, you know, and remember, and I'll say this every single week, so you're 80% your nutritionally dense food, 20% is your treats that week. Keep within your calorific deficit. Next week, actually, I'm going to do a bit about your physical exercise and getting your steps in and how to track your steps and, you know, the benefits of physical exercise. Yes, it's good enough to get you eating right, to get you eating on par, and to know that you're losing weight. I'd love to hear if you've lost weight. I'd love to hear how much you've lost, and I'm hoping it's that invisible bag of sugar, that pound. We don't want crazy weight loss because it's not sustainable, and I'm going to start ranting again, so I'm actually going to stop. So until next week, take care, stay safe, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye.